So funny on screen, yet having dramas in life. Multiple allegations of sexual assault, fatal drug overdoses, as well as drinking problems, violent fights, and rumored cheatings. That's far from the storyline of That 70s Show. Well, except for one thing.
You used to cheat on me all the time.
Yeah? Well, yeah.
What was Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher's relationship really like when they starred in the nostalgic sitcom? Who was accused of assaulting his girlfriend? Why did Lisa Robin Kelly abruptly leave the show? Brace yourself for the not-so-funny stories behind the scenes of That 70s Show. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Rumour Juice YouTube channel to discover more celebrity secrets. Danny Masterson got into a huge scandal. A joker, a smoker, and a midnight toker. That's all about him, cunning and sarcastic Stephen Hyde, the smartest guy in the room whose life is full of weed and rock and roll.
They want to kill rock and roll because they know what makes us horny, man!
This rebellious, witty iconoclast was portrayed by Danny Masterson throughout all 8 seasons. That was indeed his most iconic role in the peak of his fame. Yet, in more than 10 years after the end of the sitcom, Danny's life turned topsy-turvy with new notorious details about his behavior on the stardom. Danny got into a huge sex scandal dating back to the peak of his fame. He was charged with assaulting 3 women, all in their 20s, between 2001 and 2003. Last year, those women sued Masterson and the Church of Scientology, to which the actor belonged. They accused the church of harassing and intimidating them for having filed the lawsuits against Danny. One of the plaintiffs was his ex-girlfriend Chrissy Bixler, who dated the actor for 6 years. The woman says that after one of their dates, she blacked out and felt like she was poisoned. "I was ripped, I was injured." He started laughing. He said, "Oh, I had sex with you last night." I said, "Was I unconscious?" He said, "Yeah." After the accusations came to light, Danny had to say goodbye to the Netflix comedy The Ranch. He was booted from the show amid multiple allegations of sexual assault, while his character, Rooster, received a brutal send-off. He was presumed dead due to a motorcycle accident.
You're my best friend.
This decision by Netflix made Danny, quote, very disappointed. He denied the accusations, which he described as outrageous, and vowed to clear his name once and for all. Law enforcement investigated these claims more than 15 years ago and determined them to be without merit. In this country, you are presumed innocent until proven guilty. This June, Danny was arrested and released from prison in a couple of hours after posting more than $3 million in bail. Yet, the decision could be changed this month after his arraignment. If convicted, Danny could be facing up to 45 years in prison. Lisa Robin Kelly lost the battle with drugs. An innocent angel for her doting father and a real devil for everyone else. That's Lori, Eric Foreman's promiscuous big sister, portrayed by Lisa Robin Kelly.
Well, shouldn't you be off being a bitch?
Ooh, I made the little girl say a bad word.
It comes as a real surprise, but the blonde bombshell was written out of the show to attend beauty school. Rumors hinted that Kelly had been asked to leave the sitcom due to her drug addiction, but the actress later said the real reason behind the departure was her drinking problem. Kelly turned to alcohol after a personal drama in her life left her devastated. "I had lost a baby. As a result of that, I lost it. I lost everything, and I was abusing alcohol. Eventually, she went from a rising beauty to rock bottom. The actress fell out of the spotlight, but she began making headlines for her troubled personal life. Kelly had many run-ins with the law. For drunken driving and felony spousal abuse, her husband claimed that she had beaten him up.
This is all a bunch of made-up stuff.
After a loud and violent fight, both ended up arrested and put into custody. Kelly was later released on a $50,000 bail and the charges were eventually dropped. But here comes a new run-in for driving while intoxicated. Despite all this, Lisa Robin Kelly said that those hardships had only made her stronger. She vowed to get her life back on track and even return to the industry.
And I have paid my dues. And if I can make it through this, I can make it through anything.
It seemed that Lisa made her first step towards that dream. She voluntarily checked herself into a rehab center to fight her addictions. The battle, however, was lost. At the age of 43, she passed away in her sleep. just a few days after entering rehab. The cause of her death wasn't immediately apparent. The police labeled it a mystery. Months later, they blamed Kelly's death on multiple drug intoxication and accidental overdose. Laura Prepon felt like a failure. A witty, hot girl next door, yet a strong and outspoken woman and a feminist queen of that 70s show. That's all about Donna.
How's that uniform working out for you?
This role was indeed a big break for Laura Prepon. After it came to an end, she worked mainly on TV and later became known as Alex in Orange is the New Black. While filming the series, Laura was happy to discover that she was pregnant with her second child. However, her happiness didn't last long. In her second trimester, a doctor gave her devastating news. The baby had a cystic hydroma, which means that the baby's brain and bones weren't growing. We were told the pregnancy would not go to full term and that my body was at risk carrying any longer. After terminating the pregnancy, Laura blamed herself for the baby's condition due to eating the wrong foods or working too many hours. She was brutal and felt like a failure, though the doctors assured her it wasn't her fault. Her road to recovery was long and uneven, but she still made it through. She started doing a lot of self-talk, or self-love as she says. As the healing process took really long, she had a tough shoulder of her husband to lean on. Then a miracle happened. Laura Prepon got pregnant again. Finding out the news made her happy and frightened. Prepon said, "I couldn't fathom of going through it again." Luckily, this story ended on a happy note. The actress gave birth to a healthy baby boy, making her 2-year-old daughter Ella a big sister. Welcoming home our new bundle of love, overwhelmed with gratitude. Now Prepon says that her traumatic experience taught her to take nothing for granted. It, quote, put her into perspective what a blessing it is to have a healthy child. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis have been through a lot, together and apart. A womanizer and a hunky dope, he broke a lot of hearts and didn't seem to care.
I love you, Jackie Burkhardt.
Jackie was not an exception, as Kelso broke her heart as well, by cheating on her many times. Let's face it, their love affair was doomed to fail, unlike Kunis and Kutcher's. Wait, aren't they splitting up? That's what the rumor said.
Oh, you took the kids? I don't get the kids anymore? Well,
But you had a very dark secret exposed.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. For those who didn't get it, that was a joke. They are madly in love with each other and they are also best friends. Though, on the set of that 70s show, the duo weren't really that close. At the height of his career, I was like, ugh, I don't like you. I don't even know you anymore. When the show came to an end, Mila and Ashton went their separate ways. She started dating Home Alone star Macaulay Culkin and eventually, quote, fucked up. Perhaps she meant a terrible split. Kutcher, in turn, tied the knot with Demi Moore, who was 15 years older than him. You talk about meeting your soulmate. I truly feel I have been given that gift. Yet, that gift turned out to be devastating for Demi, who said that throughout their marriage with Ashton, she faced shaming and cheating, miscarriage, and 3 sons. She claims that her then-husband expressed his desire to bring a third person into their bedroom, and Moore didn't say no. She, quote, went along with that twice. I wanted to show him how great and fun I could be. Then she came to regret that decision, as she believes he used those blurred lines to justify his cheating with a 21-year-old woman. Then he reportedly cheated again with a woman he picked up at a bachelor party. In response to Demi's numerous claims, Kutcher took to Twitter and posted a really veiled tweet. I was about to push the button on a really snarky tweet. Then I saw my son, daughter, and wife and I deleted it. The question is, how does Mila Kunis react? Well, no shock and no surprise, as a source told People. The drama wasn't getting them down, and the reason is simple, we guess. We knew 100% of each other's faults. We knew exactly who we were. We knew exactly who we used to be. Everything. And we were like, I accept you for who you are. Isn't that a lovely thing to hear? Looks like their story is the best version of Friends with Benefits. And that's exactly how it started after their reunion in 2011. They had a casual fling and neither of them expected they would make a couple. Ashton even meant to set her up with one of his friends, but that did not work out. And the two began their love story that mirrored the plots of their films, Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached.
Like, literally, we clearly didn't watch the end of either one of our movies.
Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Rumour Juice YouTube channel so you won't miss new thrilling videos. Thanks for watching.